Do you by chance remember back in 2013 when Grand Theft Auto 5 first released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, Rockstar said that they were working on single player content, basically DLC like the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned DLC that we got for Grand Theft Auto 4. That was obviously before Grand Theft Auto Online blew up and Rockstar basically said fuck that, we can milk the crap out of this, and they did that. Well, as it turns out, the plans for those DLCs aren't completely going to waste. So we're going to be talking a little bit about those DLCs today and some more rumors surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, like usual, whenever you hear things pertaining to a new game, especially something as massive and highly anticipated as Grand Theft Auto 6, I should say, take with a grain of salt. Nothing is entirely concrete right now, but it's fun to speculate nonetheless. With that being said, let's return over to our man on the inside, Tez 2. Now, to bring you all up to speed on the conversation that's going on here, there's been rumors going around that Grand Theft Auto 6's map will slowly expand over time with new cities, new missions, new characters, new life ultimately. And the question being presented was, if that's true and the game is going to expand over time and we actually get more cities and missions, would that then mean that more of Rockstar's employees are working on these expansions, which would then translate to the next Rockstar game, whether that be a Red Dead Redemption release or a brand new IP altogether, because they're so focused on the expansion of Grand Theft Auto 6. Once that releases, would that postpone the next release of whatever Rockstar title that's coming out? Which is a great question considering Grand Theft Auto 6 has been postponed forever because GTA Online has been fucking massive. But Tez responds by saying the quote-unquote expanding over time means Rockstar will go back to how they were planning future content before GTA Online's success boomed. When Grand Theft Auto 5 released, development for single-player DLC was already started prior to Grand Theft Auto 5's release, and that's how people found the audio files mentioning the casino opening soon and other activities that later came into Grand Theft Auto Online. He also said, additionally, Liberty City was being ported to Grand Theft Auto 5 at very early stages of development. Both projects were scrapped, of course, back in 2015. As for the first wave of quote-unquote new cities and missions we will receive as DLC would definitely be planned out before Grand Theft Auto 6's release, and Rockstar will then be able to allocate resources towards whatever new title they're working on after the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. He then wraps it up with, as for new cities, I think for the most part we will receive new cities or islands like Cayo Perico or North Yankton style. That way Rockstar can introduce a new heist for the next Grand Theft Auto Online mode with each new DLC. If we're lucky, we could receive a fully fledged new city from time to time. So big answer with a lot of things to digest here. First and foremost, he just said that any DLC they plan for Grand Theft Auto 6 is already going to be planned out before the release of that game, which would then mean that that should not impact the release schedule of whatever title they have planned after Grand Theft Auto 6, whether that be Red Dead Redemption 3 or something entirely different. He then also said that we could be seeing a mixture of potentially entirely new locations or locations we've seen in previous titles, and we could be seeing entirely fully fledged islands or cities. When you think about it, it sounds like absolute madness, an entire city from a previous game being added into this game. It sounds too ambitious, but then I take a step back and I remember that modders actually did this. They pretty much recreated Grand Theft Auto 4's Liberty City in Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it was connected by a bridge, or it was about to be fully completed, and then Rockstar issued a cease and desist letter, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm gonna pass the question on to you. What do you guys think? Do you think they can actually pull this off? Better yet, do you think as time goes on and this map expands, they'll provide this content free of charge, quote unquote free of charge, as in the shark cards or whatever they're putting out as far as microtransactions or any type of in-game content you could buy with real life currency is generating such an insane amount of revenue that they're actually providing these free smaller updates or smaller city expansions to everyone via an update with no additional charge? Or do you think Rockstar completely said forget that, every city, every expansion is going to require some type of price tag? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I'm very curious about this particularly, but I'll see you guys in the next video. And hey, in the meantime, maybe check out yesterday's video where we discuss why we won't be seeing Red Dead Redemption 2 get a next gen patch to at the very least boost the frame rate, or even a Red Dead remake for the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X altogether.